We all know, or most of us have actually heard that there are five stages of grief, right? So when it comes to grieving from the loss of a job specifically, how can understanding the five stages of grief actually help individuals navigate that process or navigate the grief from the loss of a job?
I think that it can help you understand or name what you're feeling per time. When you've contributed, say, your blood, sweat, and tears to a company for about 10 years or 20 years, like our parents did back in the day or even now, and you suddenly hear that, oh, because of the new restructuring, blah, 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 we've had to let you go. It may be hard to say, oh yes, I'm now unemployed and it's time for me to start looking for a job, or it's time for me to go into retirement, or it's time for me to start figuring out next step. It may be difficult to sit with. You may find it like, why did they let me go? No, it must not be true. I contributed way too much. All of those, like that feeling, that space sounds like denial, and it's okay, because again, a lot of things were invested in the last 5, 10, 20 years that your mind needs time to adjust to this sudden reality. Same with like anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance. It will help you name where you are per time and communicate with the people around you also. So when they're asking and they're checking in on you, you're able to say what you're feeling and they're able to show up for you.
Yeah, that's true. So when it comes to coping, right, with that process, coping with the grief from the loss of a job, what are some strategies that I can actually help reframe the situations for individuals to help them better understand what's going on, and even maybe find opportunities in that kind of like despair, or find opportunities in that painful process?
I think one, I would say allow yourself to feel your feelings, in the sense that if you need to cry, if you need to go to the gym to like punch something out, if you need to journal, if you need time and space, give yourself that. Don't be in a hurry to get over what you're experiencing, because again, while people may say that it's just a job, different people's relationship with their job, it differs over time, and how a founder would grieve the loss of a company that he strongly believed in may be quite different from how someone that is a breadwinner of a family will grieve the loss of all the dependencies of that of like all the people depending on him for a source of income or whatever. So like just allow yourself to feel your individual feelings without saying that, oh, say 50 people or 5,000 people or 1 million people are also experiencing the same thing. You don't have to invalidate your feelings because 100,000 people are experiencing the same thing. Your own unique experience matters too, right? And then, so I would say, find community. There is something about finding somebody else that is also in the same space with you, that uniquely understands where you are, what you are experiencing, and that would understand when you're hopeful, that would understand when you're in despair, that would understand when you're overwhelmed, that can laugh with you and shoot the breeze with you, but at the same time say motivate you and send you links that you should apply and do the interview prep with you and all of that. Like find people and be in community with them. This one is also important because grief has a way of isolating people, and it will
Hmm.
tell you that you are alone in this experience. Like your experience is an individual one and it's unique and it's affecting in a way that it's not affecting another person. But are you alone in that? Can you find one person, even if it's not, people, your friends or whatever? Go online, read other people's experiences, and depending on what is showing up for you, use that as a sort of circle, as a sort of like community, and so on. And then next, I would say, what is within your control, right? Sometimes we focus a lot on, the waiting. The waiting part can be very exhausting. You wait for them to confirm that you sent in your application. You wait for them to book an interview. You wait for the result of the interview, and depending on where you work, you're waiting for the next step to come in, and it's exhausting. So, what is within your control while you wait? Does that sound like reading more? Does that sound like upskilling? Does that sound like spending time with your family? What would make you feel empowered while you wait? What would make you feel, what would like reduce that sense of helplessness while you wait? Like, what is within your control generally? Does that mean, following up with people? Every time you have that sense of like hopelessness, that helplessness, like, oh, there's nothing more I can do, zoom in to find the one tiny thing that you can do within your control and do that. That may be even more empowering than like waiting on the big news that is left on the hands or the hands of another person, right? What else would I recommend? And if you have access to like resources, I would say like go to therapy to talk about what you're feeling. Because again, a job these days, it's not just a job. A job can be like your passion. A job can be something that gives you a sense of meaning. A job can be your baby. A job can be something that you have invested years and years and years of your life in. So if you need help, navigating what the loss of that job means to you, that is okay. It doesn't make you any any less of a person or weak or anything else. And even if it means that you're weak, what is wrong with that? Really? Right. So get help whenever, if you have access to resources to do that, I would say go for it.